Hey friends, it's me, your pal Kelly Zanickas. Welcome to the office. This is episode 44 of It'll Be Fine. We're still socially distant. We're still a baking food chat show. And the episode you're about to watch, I'm about to edit. So it's like you're watching so this is going to be in that. It's like the Matrix. Just like the Matrix. No, it isn't. But the Matrix is super cool. It's super cool. And my guest today is the epitome of cool. She's so cool. And she's fierce, and she's funny, and she's awesome. Jennifer Hsiung is on the show today. I am so glad Jennifer is here. We are baking up one of our favorite cookies, the light, the buttery, the very French Palmier. Oh my goodness, this cookie is so good. And it's so buttery, you would think there's butter in it, but there isn't. How do we do it? You are about to find out. So you're here on a good day, and we're day drinking, which is always a win. And because it's a brand new month, it's the month of July, we're going to be celebrating two new charities, one of which I'm going to talk about right now, the Gord, Downie, and Chanie Wenjack Fund. Do yourself a favor, head to their website and start learning about what they're doing. They're doing a wonderful service to us, all Canadians, everybody watching this, of teaching us about Indigenous and non-Indigenous Canadians and how we can bond together and start up conversations that are long overdue. It was truly through Gord Downie, the late great Gord Downie, who is the lead singer of the institution that was and is the Tragically Hip. It was through his advocacy that I started learning more about my country's history. Not really through my school system, I'm going to be honest. But it was through Gord, so I'm very grateful to him. So do yourself a favor, check them out. Friends, we've got cookies, we've got Jennifer, there's some day drinking. It's going to be fine.
It'll be fine. It'll be fine. It'll be fine. It'll be fine.
All right, friends. Can I just take a second? I don't know how long this hair is going to get by the time self-isolation ends, but we're in for a ride. Okay, so this is what you need for the recipe today. You need three things. First off, puff pastry. You want to leave it rest in the fridge overnight. Let it come to, pliable means. If you forget, chuck it in the microwave. I've done it. I don't recommend it, but I've done it. So you can do that way. Puff pastry. We also need sugar. I'm using granulated. The recipe doesn't actually say, so I'm gonna go granulated because I've had a Palmier before, so I think I'm on the right track, I think. And then final thing, we need some kosher salt. How much salt do you think we need? Take a guess. What was that? Did you say 1/8 of a teaspoon? You did. You want to know how much that is? It's the smallest teaspoon I own. What the hell, guys? What the hell? Alrighty. One day I'm going to have a recipe that's like, you need 3 cups of kosher salt, and I'm going to be there. I'm going to be there. So that is all you need. You also need some baking trays, 1 or 2. You need some parchment paper and an oven.
Cheers. Cheers.
So yeah, but it all worked out because I got to do some other things, so that is fine. So yeah, this recipe, as every recipe does, first thing you do is you're going to start your oven. This is 450. I am not turning, I've never turned my oven unless I'm using the broiler. Never done that. So I'm going to do this at 400.
Okay, I'll copy you then.
So I'm gonna do that. So turn that on now because we only need to do 3 things, which is crazy. And that's. Are you much of a baker or a chef at home, or do you do the takeout thing, or?
I'm lately, honestly, I don't really bake much. I used to bake a lot when I lived in China. Like I'd make these whole wheat, Splenda-filled, healthy blueberry muffins. You know, because I'm such a carb monger. Like, I will just consume. I love anything bready. Yeah.
As do I. I'm a big bread fan. Strangely, while being, you know, away from like regular life and going out to shop as much as I would do on a day,
Right.
I'm not eating that much bread, I have to say.
Huh.
No.
Interesting.
Yeah, which prior to being in self-isolation, if you had told me I wouldn't be, I would have laughed in your face because I love bread.
Yeah. I don't know, maybe like, you know, hey, you're not moving much.
Yeah.
Maybe you can't eat as much bread.
Exactly.
Yeah, it's amazing how much we've stopped, like just your daily steps. It's hard to get them in, you know?
I have to say to that note, I went on a walk the other day and my phone for the first time in months gave me the, hey, you went over your step count today.
Wow, that's a victory, right? A nice surprise.
So we want to get out puff pastry for this. Now, Jennifer's got the sheets, which is what you should have. If you're watching this, get that. I have this, but I couldn't find that anywhere.
It's water out there. Like everyone's taking all the goods, making French pastries like Kelly.
Exactly. Somebody is on it. Now,
I will say, Kelly, my sheets are starting to break.
Okay.
They're kind of cracking. So is that okay? Whatever. Should I just meld them back together since it's kind of Play-Doh-y anyways?
If you're able to try and like, Play-Doh's a good term. Yeah, try to mash it back. Use those mom skills of making it, fix it.
Yeah, fix it. Mommy, fix it. Okay, so I'm totally following what you're saying because I don't have the instructions in front of me. Is that cool?
Okay, yeah, no worries. So what we are going to do is we're going to take 2 cups of sugar, and I'm just going to start my other camera here.
Okay.
Looks fancy. So we're taking 2 cups of sugar and putting it into one bowl. And then we're taking 1/8 of a teaspoon of kosher salt.
Okay, does it have to be kosher? Because I couldn't find any.
Do you have a rock salt?
I do. Well, I have sea salt.
Okay, then let's go with that. Sure.
Okay.
All you need is 1/8 of a teaspoon, and as I love to joke in this show, this is the size of salt box I have. I only need
Is there a difference between, I'm sorry, this is probably a really ignorant, stupid question. I know there's kosher foods, right? Because they've been blessed, right? But is there a difference in taste between kosher salt and sea salt?
Well, the thing with baking, which up until a couple of episodes ago, I actually didn't know. I just, I read this, I'll do it. It melts faster. So it's going to do, and we don't need a lot of it, as we can see. I'm only using 1/8 of a teaspoon. It's got more of a flavor punch, and basically you can do more with less. It has to do with the melting quality, and that's why it works better. So
that's good to know that there is
there actually is a reason.
Yeah, there's a reason why you need that. Okay. Should I be putting my sugar? Sorry, Cal. Should I be putting my sugar in like a big mixing bowl or any old cereal bowl?
I'm doing this because from what I understand, we're then going to be laying it onto the puff pastry, and then once we roll it, you're basically. Most of the times whenever I've used a dough, a pie dough, whatever, you want to like flour the surface and have it, have a bit of stick to it. It seems like in this case, we're using a sugar salt mix to flour the table we're going to lay this on. That's what we're doing. So just use the sugar and the salt, put it in a bowl, and then just like take a good old fork and just like mix it. Yeah.
So Kelly, I only have 1/4 teaspoon measuring.
So you need less than that. So it's crazy. 1/8 is like the smallest I've got. So do a half of your 1/4.
Okay, cool.
You need like a dash of salt. It's ridiculous.
Yeah.
I joke, I kid, but my 5-month-old niece is gonna have this when I'm not here anymore. This is
right. Yeah, that's a lot. That's like 3 pandemics worth of salt. I don't know, more than that probably. Let's hope
Yeah.
not. Oh my gosh.
If anyone needs salt at home, just call me. See, I'm just mixing the sugar and the salt together, as we do. All right.
I'd love to know like the exact ratio. Well, I guess you could figure out the exact ratio. My math isn't good, contrary to what it might seem, but like 2 cups of sugar to 1/8 of salt. What is that fraction?
I have no idea. And like, are you experiencing the joys of trying to explain homework to your kids?
No, I hate it. I absolutely hate it. I'm sorry. It's just sometimes like, I don't know if it's the online curriculum, but some of the homework assignments I'm even trying to figure out. And I'm just like, is this even grade level? This is like high school, isn't it? Like, what are these words? And then they use words like for fractions, like not numerator, denominator. And I'm just like, what? Can't you just make it simple, like top and bottom,
Exactly.
The top number, the bottom number, like just,
I
have to like Google what it means. Anyways.
Yeah, like I'm hearing a lot of friends go on about new math. And I'm thinking, what was wrong why do you have to reinvent that wheel? But I guess you do now. I don't know.
And I'll tell you, a lot of the curriculum they sent, look, I bless the teachers that are every day, like still trying to even keep it together and assign homework to the kids. But they did do a survey, to be fair. They were like, which kids have access to a computer or laptop? Because not all kids do, or internet. So they wanted to make sure before they went ahead with the online stuff. Yeah. And we said, yeah, they do have access to it. But like, let's say mommy and daddy need to work as well, and your kid is trying to do homework, like, and all the assignments are online. So basically my kid has taken my laptop hostage. He knows all the passwords and everything. We call it his learning laptop, but he's using it to play Minecraft most of the time. So it's just like, we've created this technology monster. It's horrible. Yeah. So thank God for going away, and we're telling them that there's no internet signal at this cottage.
Good plan. Good plan. All right. You're going to have Palmiers at this cottage.
Yeah, exactly. Sorry, back to the pastry.
It's all good. So in your case, you're going to, let's just read the next step of the book here. So you're going to unfold the first sheet of puff pastry.
Yep.
Onto the sugar. So we're pouring 1/2 cup of the sugar mixture onto the board.
Right.
And then, now this is interesting.
1/2 cup.
Oh, wait. No, sorry. Pour 1 cup of the sugar salt mixture onto the board, put the puff pastry, and then put 1/2 cup of the sugar on the puff pastry.
Okay, so completely opened and flat out, right?
Yes. Yeah.
Okay.
I'm going to have to roll mine out because
you
had. Oh, perfect.
Oh my God, I'm just like, this reminds me of the 80s, even though I was a child. If only this were a glass table, right? I'm joking. Wolf of Wall Street. Okay.
So true. I mean, I'm a little older than you are, so it would have been frightening.
You're a big fan of cocaine. I'm joking. I'm joking, Kelly. No, you're so wholesome. Okay.
Okay. All right. So I've laid that.
So I'm going to spread my puff pastry down on this sugar.
Yes.
Right? Okay.
Yeah.
I've had to like glue back the pastry at the seams just because the crack here, it just like reminds me of my episiotomy. No, I didn't get one, but you know, it's like, oh, if humans were only so as pliable as like flour and dough, we could really mold ourselves into who we want to be.
Exactly. At a young age, like one of my favorite, this sounds very precious, but one of my favorite things to eat as a kid was escargot.
Wow.
Snails.
Ooh, that is like super bougie. Like,
so
Mama,
bougie.
no nuggets for me. I want my snails.
but like my parents would try it and they'd encourage me to have a taste and they would encourage me to like, you know, this and that. So up until one batch of escargot that gave me food poisoning, which is the only time I've ever had it.
Yeah.
I was a fan.
Wow.
I've never had it since.
So you wouldn't describe yourself as like a picky eater then?
No, I love food. I mean, unless I'm allergic to it, I will eat it. Yeah, absolutely.
God, I wish I had you as my daughter because my sons, especially number 2 and number 3, they are so picky and fickle with food. And it's just like, I used to stress myself so much over it. Because we lived in China, right? And in China, like fat babies are synonymous with health. And it's true, because every time your kid got sick, and that was often in China with, you know, the pollutants and whatnot, they'd go to the hospital or they'd lose like, it felt like 5-7 pounds in a week. So you'd see your healthy baby just shrivel up into this gaunt little child. And so I was obsessed with like getting my babies so fat, and I'd feel like such a bad mother if they weren't like a certain weight class.
Unreal.
Yeah, even now, like I'm just so, but the more you stress as a parent over your kid eating, the more they're going to develop a complex and rebel. So I'm just like trying to be like, Jen, lay off. They're gonna, like, they're human. If they're hungry, they're gonna want food and eat, you know?
It's true, yeah.
It might not be escargot or something healthy and proteinish, but what can you do? So it's mostly chicken nuggets, pizza, and fries, which is like so sad, but.
Yeah, I find as an adult, whenever, and I haven't been to McDonald's since the last day at the restaurant. I don't work at McDonald's, but I would go there at the end of a shift just for some like comfort food. And for me, when it comes to chicken McNuggets, I come home and I have a glass of wine, and that's my happy meal. I'm not gonna lie.
They should start, oh God, if only McDonald's had like, you know, the liquor license, right?
Imagine the tiny, like a tiny Mickey of like.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Because like we both had this cookie, but I never thought to make it ever.
No, neither have I.
And I love
I thought it was so complicated. I thought it was like butter, you know, like butter, and caramel and crap. And I was just like, oh, this looks hard, Kelly. But then I saw the ingredients and I was like, puff pastry and sugar and a bit of salt.
It's not
easy, but we'll see. I bet you the hard part's coming. Like when you have to do like sushi with it, right?
Yeah. Easy. All right. So once we've done that, it says now we come to the folding stage.
Oh, okay. But should I be pressing it into the dough? Is that what?
If you can do it with your hands. If you have a rolling pin, you can roll the sugar into it. That works too. I like using my hands, but a rolling pin.
Any opportunity.
Or you can use like a bottle of wine if you have an empty bottle of wine and no rolling pin.
Oh no, I have one. Okay.
Oh.
Okay.
Oh,
yeah. Ooh,
right.
Oh, shit. Okay. Oh, it's kind of splitting as I roll, so I got to be careful.
What's hard about this is the folding technique is what gets you.
Right,
okay.
Right.
So
I'll try my best. There we go.
Cool. All right. Now what we're going to do is take the sides of the square, so almost like turn it so it's, so give it like a 90-degree turn.
Okay. Yeah.
And then we're folding the sides of the square so they go towards the middle. So.
Oh, okay, like a whole side like that.
Yes, correct.
Okay. Okay, you know what? I think I'm gonna cut this to make it a perfect square. Because it's obviously not a perfect square. Okay.
Oh, yeah, no.
Is yours more of a square than mine is? Probably.
Oh, hell no. No. We'll call mine a Latvian square.
Mine's like an...
It's squarish. It's squarish. What mine is. Yeah.
It's like mine is like an uneven labia. I'm sorry. I can't resist, Kelly, okay? I'm a mom. I need to do the vagina jokes. Okay.
I gotta tell you, I had to go for an EKG yesterday.
Oh, no. Are you okay?
I'm fine. It's part of the fun physical stuff you get after 40. And I've been, doing this self-isolation thing by myself.
Right.
It was really nice to have someone see my boobs.
Was it
felt good. It was like, this feels nice.
just exposing yourself to someone? You're like, this is what it feels like. That
wow.
where I make a bad decision with somebody. No, I'm joking. You probably make really good decisions, Kelly.
No.
Okay.
No.
Okay, so Kelly, is this right? Look.
Yes, yours looks right. Mine's ish. Okay. It's all right.
Okay.
Yourself is what I'm advocating in this episode.
It's not in the oven yet. Oh man.
Not yet. So now what we're going to do is take the ends where your hands are,
Like here,
and then fold that towards the middle.
Gosh, this is like, the Emily School of Etiquette bed folding technique, like how to fold a sheet. Wow.
Oh my gosh.
I don't even know her name. The etiquette lady?
Oh, Emily Dickinson, right?
No, she was an author.
Oh, right.
She was a poet. There was the Emily something School of Etiquette, remember? Like Emily Post. No, Emily Post. Damn it!
Not Emily Carr. That's an artist. Oh, shoot. I don't know my Emily's. Damn it.
Oh my God. I must say.
Yeah, this is mine. Oh my God.
Hey, yours is nice. It's like a nice Danish.
Yeah, or like a little bow. I feel like I need to stuff this with meat. Okay. All right. So once we've done that, it says fold. Oh gosh. Okay, so then fold one half over the other half as if you're closing a book.
Like
what?
This?
I think we've done that.
Or like this. Like how much more folds can it take?
I'm not.
Mine's bursting at the seam of fold. Yeah, it's really, I think folding instructions are the hardest.
Yes.
Which is why origami always has pictorial diagrams.
Yeah. I remember when I was in, I think grade 5, we had a guy come in to teach us origami, and he yelled at me because I couldn't figure it out.
What an asshole. That's not very zen, is it? You're not doing it.
He got so mad I couldn't figure out the brain. Okay. I'm gonna leave mine as is. I'm not gonna fold mine again because I don't know.
Okay. Are we supposed to cut it now? It seems like we cut.
We are now going to, let me just get this. We will now slice the dough and place the slices on our baking sheet with parchment paper.
Ooh, okay.
So.
Well, you know what? Let me think about how it looks like. I think I might fold mine one last time. There. See, that looks like a Palmier.
Like that?
Yeah.
It looks.
Because does puff pastry expand in the oven? Oh,
yeah.
It does.
Yeah.
Oh, this one's fucked up. Okay. You're the runt. Okay. You're the one of the family. Why can't you be more like your brothers? Ugh.
I saw a sign once in New Orleans saying, "Even our mistakes are tasty."
Oh my gosh, that's
like, I love that city. Have you been to New Orleans?
No, I really wanted to go. Yeah, they have all kinds of like carnivals and stuff, and is it very like fried food or gastropubby type food?
It's just got it does have a lot of gastropubby type food, but you try things. I was eating things there I never would have dreamed of having, and I really like, alligator, which I didn't think I would.
Wow.
But the scene in New Orleans is just so welcoming and vibrant, and take your time and enjoy life, and I loved it. Loved it. So then what we're doing, folks, we're just adding a bit more sugar to the pastry as we lay it down. I mean, it's already been laying in a fair bit of sugar, but I'm just topping it with some more.
Okay.
And,
Okay.
all right.
Like I thought I started out well, but the rest of these just look kind of like, you know, the jealous half siblings that are, I don't know, didn't get the good genes. Look at them. Like this. All right.
It's going to be fun. And that. Just left.
Kelly,
What's that?
how long are we baking these for?
So what we're going to do with these guys, I'm just going to rejig my tray for those watching. So my sheet, you know, you don't want them too close together. You want a little bit of spacing. So if you need to use 2 sheets, do. Let's just show this here. It's this guy. So it looks like that. And then we're baking these for, give me a second. Hard to turn the page with my hands all covered in sugar. But, so we're doing this for 6 minutes. We'll turn the tray and then do 6 minutes tops. So
you flip it.
Yeah, so you may just do 1 bake for 6 minutes, turn it, and then maybe like 3 to 5 minutes for the next bake, but no more than that. So I'm gonna stick these in the oven.
My oven.
All right, the shape's coming along for me, absolutely.
Kelly.
What happened to yours?
Mine looks like creatures from Star Wars, like Jabba the Hutt. Oh my God, let me show you this. What the fuck is that thing?
Oh my goodness.
They're huge. Okay, I don't think they're ready, so I'm gonna put them on for another
Yeah, do another 6. Yeah, because again, we're doing this at a much lower temperature, so.
Oh my gosh. One of them is like so nasty. Okay, that's fine. It's usually the ones sticking out that are just calling for me to eat them first.
Exactly.
You know?
Yeah.
Top that just gets a little freaking deranged, and you're just like, you're
Well,
asking.
so I'll show everyone at home. This is what we're attempting to make, and I love the word attempt because we're attempting. That's what the Palmier.
Oh my God, those look perfect.
I know. But you know what? Even if we don't get this exactly.
Yeah, we tried.
We tried.
Well, this friggin' making Palmiers on a, what is it, Wednesday, Tuesday? I don't know.
Exactly.
Afternoon during the week.
Making coffee or tea and I don't turn on the kettle and I'm standing
Right.
there for 10 minutes going, why? Oh, I should probably turn this on.
My theory is kind of like, I'd rather be a happy drunk than a miserable sober person. Okay. Like, I don't know. If you can fix it.
I feel like that's like a good Netflix special title. Happy
Is it? Is it long? Happy drunk, miserable sober.
That or like a biography. I feel like that's a good title for something.
Yeah.
That's too funny. Did you bake a lot or cook a lot as a kid? Was that ever of interest?
No, just because I come from like a pretty messed up, I come from a pretty non-traditional Chinese family. My grandmother cooked a lot, but I was still too young. Like I was like, when she lived with us, I was probably between, 0 to 5 years old. So she didn't really take me under her wing to teach me, but she would make all kinds of like delicious culinary Chinese dishes. Like there's something called miangao, which is made of dough. And it's a savory dish that you pan fry. And it's kind of got the gnocchi texture with like Asian flavor. Yeah, and it was like my favorite. And I used to love eating like pig's feet, believe it or not.
Oh, I've had pig's feet.
Yeah, it's very like gelatinous, and they did it in this kind of soy sauce gravy thing. So it was very flavorful. But and I'd also eat things like liver. Like I was much more adventurous because she was around and cooking. But then as I grew older, it just slowly progressed, when my parents got divorced and my mom was a busy woman looking after 3 kids on her own. Like after school meal was like me watching Alice in Wonderland and eating Kraft dinner. It slowly progressed to, I don't know, the Americanization of my culinary experience.
Right. Yeah.
So,
yeah. My dad's stepmom lived with us when we moved to Toronto, and she would make amazing dishes, which I miss to this day. She's no longer here, but I remember those things she would make so well.
right.
So my timer just went off.
Yeah, mine did too. I'm gonna get the second one. I'm not meant to be a mother. Seriously, Kelly. They say motherhood is the greatest joy. I don't know, man.
I gotta say, like, I get a lot of flack for the fact that I don't have kids.
From who?
From a lot of women. A lot of women give me shit for the fact that I have now I have maternal instincts that I've definitely put on boyfriends who don't appreciate it.
Right.
But I have those instincts of wanting to care and make sure someone's okay and all that stuff. But having kids never ever been something I wanted. So I look at myself or like my sister-in-law and I marvel. You never wanted.
It just happened, okay? I just ended up with a person who was equally as irresponsible as me, and that is the result. I happen to be so fertile. Trust me, Kelly. I am with you. This is my third one crying. Oh my gosh. Hi, Michael.
Hi, say hello.
Wanna say hi?
No, don't say fuck. He just said fuck, by the way.
That's okay. You're teaching him well. Okay. Like,
just caramelized.
Like I'll show you, Jennifer. Like I got that too on a couple of mine. These were the ones on the bottom of the stove, but like the others look just fine.
Yeah. So these ones is like, they might taste super good. Like who knows?
Yeah. I truly have to say I am screwed because I'm going to be making these all the time.
Are you serious? They're so easy.
They're so easy.
Man.
Okay. This is good. This was super good.
Okay, I'm gonna try one.
Please.
Thank you, Kelly. This is such a great idea.
I'm so glad you did this with me.
Oh my gosh. Okay. Oh, it's light. It's really light.
Like,
Christian, can you come try some with me? No, it's hot. It's hot. Okay. What's in your mouth?
Have a little crisp to it. Easy.
Oh my god. Oh, it's
so easy.
Crispy.
I'm so happy.
so good. Christian, try that. It's got caramelized sugar.
It's good.
Okay.
Well, since you're a little bit fat,
Oh my
maybe
God.
I don't feel bad for you.
Don't. It's hot.
Good.
So rude. How is it? How is it? Oh, thumbs up. Was that a reluctant thumbs up?
Kibble.
Ooh, he likes them. Can I have?
Hey! Oh, this is coming in the show. You're gonna be in my show, man.